Hello, everyone. My name is Zhe He. I'm a professor at FSU School of Information. I'm also the director for the Institute for Successful Longevity. Today, I'm very happy to introduce our A2 pilot grant project titled Developing a Multi-Agent AI System for Explaining Lab Results to Older Adults. So first, let me give you a brief information introduction of this project and introduce its rationale. As we know, with the new technology development in electronic medical record patient portal, patients now have easy access to their electronic medical records through patient portals. But while patient portals can provide access to data, many patients still find lab results confusing, and the data is presented in a manner that assumes a degree of medical literacy, and the technical language or graphs can be overwhelming. So this is an example of patient portals showing that how labs are being presented in different format. So this shows some example of major metabolic panel labs, how they are being presented in visualizations with color bars. And this one is a new interface of Epic MyChart showing the trend of labs over time to help people keep track of their data. And this even though as we this information presented is useful, but confusion could lead to misinterpretation where a patient may either underestimate the urgency of a lab or of abnormal results, or become unduly alarmed about value that is marginally outside of the typical range. And for older adults, this is especially important because interpretation of lab results could be complex. This could due to the age-related changes such as hormone fluctuations, lower blood counts, and altered organ functions. So standard lab reference ranges, oftentimes the interpretation have to be adjusted based on the age and other factors. So this table only shows a few examples showing that lab results for older people could be different from the general adults. By integrating, so the goal for the LabGenie project is to develop a system that addresses these challenges by providing a clear, tailored explanation of lab results and prompting caregivers to take appropriate follow-up actions. So we have two specific aims. The first aim is to develop and test a multi-agent AI system to generate contextualized explanation of lab results. And the second aim is to evaluate caregiver perceptions of generative AI for lab results interpretation in ADRD and MCI context. So I want to emphasize that these two aims, we're going to work on different research activities side by side because we want to incorporate the user-centered design principle in the development of this tool. We want to be able to using different patient-specific or caregiver-specific activities such as focus group and evaluation sessions to evaluate the acceptability and usability of the application. So this is a graph illustrating the general framework of this multi-agent system. So we're using real-world electronic health records, de-identify the data, and then generating hypothetical scenarios. And then we're using a large language model fine-tuned with caregiver Q&A interactions to identify symptoms that patients or caregivers need to keep track of, and then using the information, also the contextual factors that could be useful for determining the appropriate reference ranges for labs. And then this information will be provided to clinical AI agent, where we're going to use a retrieval-augmented generation systems for lab AI previously developed using gold standard reference ranges from credible sources, and to generate questions that patient can follow up with the doctors, as well as personalized interpretation of lab test results. So this information generated by AI will be graded and evaluated using the grader AI agent, where we're going to use the mainstream tools for AI evaluation and also scores for evaluating the fact and also the credibility of the information generated. And then for those information that is clinically valid, they will be sent to the communication enhancement agent, where we're going to use the fine-tuned version of the model, fine-tuned with real-world patient-physician communication to generate patient-friendly, understandable language. And this summary will be provided back to physician for final validation and then sent to patients to review. So this is an interface design. So when patients are logging or caregivers logging this application, they'll be able to see a panel where highlights the key information the patient would be important to know that is generated automatically by AI. And then we're providing also the questions patient can follow up with the doctors given the electronic health record information. And then a patient can also view specific lab results by clicking a particular panel name. And then in a particular panel, patient will be able to know the meaning of these labs and also the questions patient can follow up. And then also the visualization of abnormal lab results and its definitions. So if patients would like to know specific detail about specific labs, we can show them the detailed page about labs where the trend will provide it both in graphs format, also in text format. We're going to use the information like the interpretation of a trend to illustrate how this particular change fluctuation could mean, and also the next steps patient can take for their healthcare. And then they can see also the trend graph and also the definitions of labs. So, and this tool can also be tailored to mobile devices. So patients and caregivers can access this tool from both desktop, laptop, and also mobile phone. So we're working with multidisciplinary teams from medicine, from nursing, from computer science, and also from social science. And this team allows us to incorporate the methodologies such as mixed methods, survey, interview, focus group, as well as the computation approaches using generative AI evaluation and generation evaluation to fully integrate these technologies into this tool. So really happy to work with this important and significant problem in this project. If you have any questions, please reach out to me by my email. Thank you so much.